Hey everyone, welcome back to Mindful English. I'm Sarah, and I'm sitting here with Liam.
Hey guys. In our previous episode, we talked about a really powerful habit called self-narration. Basically talking to yourself at home to build your English muscle memory. We went through exactly how to describe your weekend chores and your evening routine.
Yes, and we received such a great response because so many of you realized that your daily life is your best practice ground. But Liam, there is a massive second half to this puzzle. We successfully narrated our time at home, but what happens when Monday morning rolls around? You spend 8 to 10 hours a day at work. If your English stops the moment you walk out your front door, you are losing a huge chunk of your day.
Exactly. So today, we are going to expand your self-narration toolkit to your professional life. And because a workday is packed with so many specific actions, we are going to split this topic into 2 episodes. Today, in part 1, we are going to focus entirely on the morning preparation, the commute, and the lunch break.
So Liam, let's start from the very beginning. What time do you usually wake up on a workday?
I usually set my alarm for 6:30 a.m., but I never get up on the first try. I definitely hit snooze at least twice before I finally force myself to roll out of bed. Roll out of bed means to get up reluctantly when you're still tired and not quite ready to face the day. What about you?
Oh, I'm the complete opposite. I actually wake up super early, around 5:30 a.m., because I like to leave early to beat the traffic. Beat the traffic means to leave early enough to avoid the heavy rush hour congestion on the roads. But even when you wake up early, the morning is still so busy. I quickly get dressed for work, do my makeup, or if I'm really in a hurry, I just put on some light makeup. Put on some light makeup means just doing the basics, nothing elaborate, just enough to look put together. Then I grab my things and head out the door. Head out means to leave a place and start making your way somewhere.
See, I leave right in the middle of rush hour, so 9 times out of 10, I get stuck in traffic. Get stuck in traffic means you're completely trapped in a slow-moving or stopped line of cars and can't go anywhere. Sitting on the highway, surrounded by cars not moving, just kills my morning energy.
Getting stuck in traffic is the absolute worst. That's why I prefer public transit. To describe this naturally, you can simply say, I take the subway to work. Or you could also say, I commute by subway. Commute means to travel regularly between your home and your workplace. Both are super common and sound perfectly natural.
Subways are great because they are predictable. So when you finally get near the office, what do? Do you go straight to your desk?
Usually, I need caffeine first. I actually have this go-to cafe right across from our building. They make the most amazing iced lattes. So if I have a little extra time, I love to swing by on my way in. Swing by means to make a quick, casual stop somewhere, usually without a long visit. You can also say stop by or pop into a coffee shop. They all give that great feeling of a short, quick visit to grab something you love. All 3 are completely interchangeable and very natural in everyday conversation.
Oh, having a go-to cafe is the best. But honestly, coffee is so expensive these days. To save money, I usually just wait until I get to the office. I walk in and I immediately head to the break room to grab a cup from the espresso machine.
Oh yeah, the break room is the best social hub in the morning. Usually, you run into a coworker there. And while the coffee is pouring, you just make small talk about the weather or your weekend. Make small talk means to have light, casual conversation about everyday topics, just to be friendly and connect with someone in a natural, low-pressure way.
Exactly. It's just a nice, light way to ease into the morning before you walk over to your chair and settle in at your desk. Settle in means to get organized and comfortable at your workspace, both physically and mentally, as you prepare your brain for the workday ahead. That's the moment you finally organize your workspace and prepare your brain for work.
Right. And the very first thing I do is open my inbox. Because emails pile up overnight, I usually spend the first 30 minutes just trying to catch up on emails. Catch up on emails means to go through all the messages that have accumulated while you were away and bring yourself fully up to date on everything you missed.
And sometimes, depending on what's in those emails, you realize immediately that you have a lot on your plate for the day. Have a lot on your plate means you have so many tasks and responsibilities that your schedule is completely packed. You have so many things to handle that your day feels impossibly full before it has even really started.
And when you have a lot on your plate, you don't even get to ease into the morning. You just have to hit the ground running the exact second you sit down. Hit the ground running means to start something immediately with full energy and momentum without any warm-up period at all. No easing in. You are fully on from the moment you arrive.
Hitting the ground running is exhausting. By the time 12 p.m. rolls around, you desperately need a break. How do you usually spend your lunch hour, Sarah?
It really depends. I've been trying to save money recently, so I usually bring some leftovers from home. Leftovers are the food remaining from a previous meal that you saved in the fridge. I just heat them up in the microwave, eat quickly, and then I use the rest of my lunch hour to run some personal errands, like going to the bank or picking something up from the pharmacy. Run errands means to go out and take care of small but necessary practical tasks outside the office.
Oh, running errands during lunch is such a smart move. It saves so much time after work. If I'm incredibly busy, I sometimes just grab a quick bite, like a sandwich, and eat at my desk while looking at my monitor. Grab a quick bite means to get something small and simple to eat quickly without making it a real sit-down meal. But honestly, even on busy days, I usually need a change of scenery. I have to get out of the office just to breathe different air. A change of scenery means moving to a completely different environment, even just briefly, to reset your mind and break the monotony of being in the same place all day.
A change of scenery is so important for your mental health. And Liam, when we just talk about our normal day like this, look at how many specific natural phrases we use. If our listeners can start narrating their own mornings, from getting dressed for work to running personal errands on their lunch break, their English will start to feel incredibly connected to their real life. You stop translating and start actually living in the language.
Exactly. Tomorrow morning, when you hit snooze for the second time, when you're stuck in traffic, when you swing by your coffee shop on the way in, try saying it out loud in English. Just narrate it as it happens. That's real practice in real time. Your workday becomes your classroom. And the best part is you're already doing all of these things every single day. You just need the English to go with them.
Before we completely sign off, Liam, we have to do our mindful review. Let's just talk about our favorite expressions from today. If our listeners take away a few phrases to use tomorrow morning, what should they be?
I'll go first. I absolutely love beat the traffic. It is such a satisfying feeling when you leave a little early and miss the rush hour. And it is a phrase you will hear native speakers use all the time. There is something really rewarding about being able to say, I left early and totally beat the traffic this morning. You will start hearing it everywhere once you know it.
Yes, beat the traffic is a great one. And my top pick has to be swing by or stop by. It perfectly describes that short little coffee run we all make on the way to work. And it is so much more dynamic and natural than just saying, I went to a coffee shop. The casualness of it is the whole point. And the great thing is, you can swing by anywhere. A friend's place, the pharmacy, the post office. It is incredibly versatile.
It really is a fantastic phrasal verb. And for my next pick, I want our listeners to really start using the workplace idiom, have a lot on my plate. When a coworker asks if you can help them with a project, saying, I have a lot on my plate right now, is the most polite, professional, and natural way to say that your schedule is completely full. It is so much warmer than just saying, I'm busy. It tells the other person that you genuinely wish you could help, but you're completely swamped.
Completely. And hit the ground running is one that comes up so often in work settings too. When your boss says it in a meeting, you'll know exactly what kind of morning you're about to have. No easing in, no warm-up, just go from the second you sit down.
And I think the final one worth calling out is grab a quick bite. Because this is something every single person does, and yet most learners would just say, I ate lunch. I grabbed a quick bite at my desk immediately paints a much more vivid and relatable picture of what that lunch break actually looked like.
So true. So there you have it. Beat the traffic, swing by a cafe, have a lot on your plate, hit the ground running, and grab a quick bite. Try to pick just a few of these phrases and use them out loud tomorrow morning. Even narrating in your head counts. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. And slowly, your workday stops being a place where English disappears and starts being a place where it grows. And we're coming back with part 2 to cover the afternoon, working late, and finally getting home. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, tell us in the comments, what does your morning commute look like? Do you beat the traffic, or do you always get stuck? We genuinely love to know. And if this was useful, share it with someone who's been looking for a way to practice English every single day. Everything from today is in the pinned comment, and our previous episodes have a lot more waiting for you. See you next time. Take care, everyone.
Isn't this view incredible?
Yes, the sunset is magical. I could ride this train forever.